So today I thought I'd do something a little different than I normally do, whining about my R6, and I'm going to review that, an '08 smart car. More specifically, a Smart Passion. It's my mother's car. Oy. Now before we even start, I'm going to say that I actually like these cars. I think they're good city cars. I want to own one out in the country, but I think they're pretty good city cars, honestly. You know, it gets like 80 miles to the gallon. I think she drove from New Mexico to Jacksonville, Florida, on a tank and a half of gas. I don't know how far that is, but this one has the sunroof, which is broken right there. I can fix it. Oh shit, haven't gotten around to it. But that hangs down. It's annoying. But let's take it for a test drive. It is powered windows and mirrors and all that. It has aux port. Now, like it does on most of these, the AC blower motor went out. But realistically, that's just like regular maintenance. You got all that stuff. You got your park, your mileage. It's saying maintenance is required. Don't know when the last time she changed the oil was. Let's see. Nothing there. Oh, you got a little mirror there. Got your dome light. Engines in the back. You got your aux port. It's right there. And the radio, well, sounds like you would expect. I've always liked these cars. I honestly have. Like I said, I think they're good city cars. Not so good in the country. I would not have driven this car across country. Alright. So how's the ride? Honestly, this car is made by Mercedes. Smart is made by Mercedes. And this isn't... The Smart for 2 is the base model. This particular one is the Smart Passion, which is like second on the line. And you'd expect a car made by Mercedes to be refined. Yeah, that's not the case. And these weren't cheap cars when they came out. I don't remember. I think they were in the 20s. But let me tell you what I'm talking about. Shifting. There we go. It shifts like a manual. But it's an automatic, and in traffic it's kind of jerky. It feels like this car needed to be a manual. You can't ease it out. It's jerky, like you're driving a manual, and you don't know how to drive one. The clutch is. It feels like it needs a clutch. And you can switch it down to the manual setting. You can switch it down to the manual setting, and it feels better. I wouldn't say perfect, but it feels better. But is actually a lot peppier than you'd think it was. I'm gonna go full out. It accelerates a lot better than you think it would. It's a little 3-cylinder. It's actually kind of fun to drive. Now, would I own one? Would I own one? Probably not. And the reason why I say that is it's a good car. It really is. It gives good gas mileage. It's cheap to insure. But it's a smart car. Parts for this thing are hell. She needs a new tire on the right. Now, the tire itself is $102 out the door. That's mounted, balanced, all that good stuff. It's going to take 5 days for them to get. And I looked on Tire Rack and all that. It's going to take 5 days for them to get. Unless I wanted to pay about $250 for a tire, and then... Oh shit, that cat's got a squirrel. Look at that. You fucking... Damn, look at that. That cat's fucking serious about that fucking squirrel. Anyways. That cat threw me off a little bit. Anyways, I could have paid like $200 and something for a single tire, and it would have been here. It would have been here the next day. But I'm not doing that. The AC blower motor went out. I think that's like $200. It's just parts aren't easily accessible for this car. They're not enough of them out on these streets to justify getting one, honestly. When you could get something like a Honda Fit or something and get comparable gas mileage and have parts readily available to you. She drove this car from New Mexico to Jacksonville, Florida, no problem. So I mean, it's pretty reliability. It's pretty solid. But when something goes wrong, it's expensive. I don't know how much the brake's going to be. It has drum brakes in the back, disc on the front. I have no idea how much any of that's going to be to fix. But, this has got to be one of the roughest automatic transmission. It's got to be the roughest automatic transmission. There's no way anything could be more rough and unrefined as this transmission. But you know what? That's something that just makes it fun to drive. Honestly, you drive it in the manual, or if you could get one of these in a manual. AC doesn't work. It's not a bad car, honestly. I've always liked these. The build quality is it leaves a lot to be desired, especially from a Mercedes. If you're getting this, if you're looking at this going, oh, it's made by Mercedes, it's gonna be nice. No, it idles rough. It's loud. It's really loud on the inside. It's right as rough. It's just an unrefined car, especially for the price. I mean, now you can pick these new ones up or you can pick these 08s up and stuff like that for, damn, I think you have this little button right here. I don't know what that does. I have no idea what any of that does. I think I saw one for like $2,000, which isn't bad. I think she paid $3,000 for this. Not bad. You know, you got your CD player, you got AM, FM, adjustable, all that bullshit. Not a bad little car, honestly. It's safe. It's a lot safer than people think. It has a really strong frame. Got some massive doors on these things. Like, it's hard to tell in the camera how big the doors are. But the main thing with this car is it drives like it ought to be a manual. The automatic transmission, I don't know if these came in manuals. If you're looking at getting one and these came in manual, I definitely recommend getting a manual, because the automatic transmission just sucks. You're waiting like 5 seconds for it to shift into gear. Maintenance is hard to do on these by yourself. You'd almost have to take them to a shop. Like changing the spark plugs, that requires a special tool. Belts, Jesus, I think you'd basically have to drop the engine. I don't know. I've never had to work on one of these, luckily. And there's your... But I've always liked these cars. You got a little digital fuel gauge, miles, park, all that stuff, and says what year you're in. Not a bad little car for $1,000. But the steering on this is just really heavy. It's a lot heavier than you'd think. I got in it and I thought the steering was going to be light. That is not the case. It's fucking heavy as hell. I don't know if you guys can hear how loud this car is, but this car is just really loud. I think that's... Like I said, you know, it's a lot bigger in here than you'd think it was on the outside. Like, they work this space out well. That back glass opens up and that opens down. The engine's back there. The battery is down there. Battery on it, fucking expensive. This is the Smart Passion. It's like the second in the line. It doesn't have power seats or anything, which isn't a big deal. I guess with the tire pressure thing, you can check your tire pressure. And it does that now. I don't, that's weird. Let me see. Let me turn on the radio. That's it. You have 2 speakers. You have 2 speakers, that's it. You could always add more, that's not really a problem. Windshield wipers, how do they work? I've never seen these. That's weird. You got this little like knob thing you can turn, but that's how they work. I don't know if this does anything or what, but it just like turns. But that's everything is hard touch. This is hard. It seems like driving this car from New Mexico, she must have got really bored because it's Spartan and really uncomfortable. Because this is not a comfortable car. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching.